I'm Pat Prokop, Heavenly Backyard Astronomy, and today I want to review this 5 nanometer SvBony narrowband filter. This is the hydrogen alpha filter, but also I'm going to be reviewing this whole set, the hydrogen alpha, the sulfur 2, and the oxygen 3. So the filter itself is a 2-inch filter, and this is it right here, and it's already mounted, so you just need to screw it into your filter wheel, and you got it perfectly set. You don't have to worry about if it's in the right position, forward or backwards. It screws in exactly the way it needs to be set. So we're all set to go. I had the filters into the filter wheel. Now, the camera that I'm using is this monochrome camera. This is the Player One Poseidon M Pro. It's an excellent camera for this test. And the telescope that I'll be using is the Orion Eon 130 millimeter triplet refractor. It has a focal length of 930 millimeters. So this is a perfect setup to test these filters. This is the SvBony 227, the sulfur, hydrogen, oxygen 5 nanometer 2-inch filter set. And you have of course, the sulfur 2, the hydrogen alpha, and the oxygen 3 narrowband filters. And looking at the thread, it's the standard M48 by 0.75 thread, and it just screws easily into your filter wheel, as I just showed you. Now, looking at the light transmitted through the filter, 90% of it is making it through, so that's excellent there. So you have the standard size, the oxygen 3, sulfur 2, and hydrogen alpha, all 5 nanometers. They fit directly into your filter wheel. All right, let's take a look at the test itself. I took the filters out, got a nice clear night, and I put it on, I thought was an excellent target to test these filters. It's the Messier 16, the Eagle Nebula, and within the Eagle Nebula is the pillars of creation. Let's talk about the electromagnetic spectrum in the visible light and then also in the narrowband with the hydrogen alpha, the sulfur 2, and the oxygen 3. All right, in the visible light spectrum, there you have your reds, green, and blue. Basically, the RGB filters are filtering in these lights or filtering out the other lights and allowing these lights to pass on through. And there you have 700 nanometers for the wavelength for the red, and the shorter the wavelength or the higher the frequency is the in the blues, and in the purple, then eventually into the ultraviolet purple. But in the narrowband, you have the sulfur 2, the hydrogen alpha, and the oxygen 3, and they're very narrow in these areas depending on the type of filters that you get. A 12 nanometer filter, for example, in hydrogen alpha will have a bandwidth of around 12 nanometers. With the SvBony filters, they're 5 nanometers, so they're only allowing a 5 nanometer wavelength of this area of the hydrogen alpha spectrum in the reddish orange area. The sulfur 2, you have it more in the deeper in the red, and then over in the oxygen 3, you're just past the green, going into the blues, cyan to blue. And then if you want to really get into the blues, you need to get a hydrogen beta filter if you can find one of those, and they're more in the blue. So let's take a look at the SvBony filters, and there you have it in the sulfur 2, very narrow area, 5 nanometers in that region of the spectrum. The hydrogen alpha right next to it, a little bit more in toward the orange color in the color spectrum, as we just showed you. And then over here in the oxygen 3 region, there you have the very narrow band around the 500 nanometers, just under 500 nanometers in some cases, right around 500 nanometers. And again, this area right in here is basically your light pollution area. All right, let's take a look at an example. This is a broadband example, RGB, using not these SvBony filters. I don't have the RGB filters for the SvBony, but this is the RGB image right here that I took with the same camera on the same target. And there you can see lots of stars showing up, and you got some great color. This one thing about the RGB is you get true color. Now with the SHO, or the sulfur, hydrogen alpha, and oxygen, or also known as the Hubble palette, these are the colors you get. Now, I filtered out a lot of the grain because the hydrogen alpha is very heavy in the grain. The way we map this is that the sulfur 2 goes into the red channel, the hydrogen alpha goes into the green channel, and the oxygen 3 goes into the blue channel. And here you get a much cleaner picture, and also the stars are more pinpoint in these images here. There you can see very pinpointed stars. And there's the pillars of creation right there showing up nicely in this image. This is with the SvBony 5 nanometer the narrowband filter set. So it's really, really good. Looking at it with the without the stars there, you can see it right there without the stars. And again, the nebulosity is just incredibly clean. Very impressive with these SvBony filters. So let's take a look at the hydrogen alpha. This is the stacked image right here, and let's just stretch it on a natural stretch. Now this is the saved image after stacking, and nothing's been applied to it. No blur exterminator, star exterminator, or noise exterminator. This is the raw stacked image. As you can see, it looks pretty good. And zooming in a little bit here, you can see excellent features in the hydrogen alpha. This is the hydrogen alpha, and it looks just amazing to me. So first of all, I'm impressed with the raw image itself, the stacked image. This is about a 1 hour image, 5-minute subframes, and about a total of about 12. So I got about an hour of the hydrogen alpha. All right, let's take a look at some of the pre-processed images. In the hydrogen alpha. There it is right there. This is after blur exterminator and noise exterminator. But still, you can see it looks very good. This is the hydrogen alpha here. Look at all that hydrogen alpha that it's picking up. All right, what about the sulfur 2? That's a little bit more in the red than the orange. And boy, I tell you what, these filters are looking really good in the hydrogen alpha and also in the sulfur 2. As you can see, the transmission in the sulfur 2, all that red light, I tell you what, that looks so good for a 5 nanometer filter. These filters must cost an arm and a leg, but you know what? They don't. Looking at the oxygen 3, this is in the blue. It shows quite a bit of blue in the core of the Eagle Nebula and, of course, in the pillar itself. All right, let's back out of these. Let's look at just the combined image. So here's the result of combining the sulfur 2 for red, the hydrogen alpha for the green, and the oxygen 3 for the blue. And here's a little bit slightly enhanced version of that. And then the final, I flipped it upside down, rotated 180 degrees to give you that ideal shot of the pillars of creation. There you have it right there. I'll tell you what, these filters, for any cost, are doing an excellent job. But let's go into the actual cost of the filters itself. And I have it right over here. And on Amazon, as of middle June 2025, the filters are $289.99. $290, just shy of $300. Not per filter. That's the set of filters. All three for just about $300, a little less than $300. So when you add shipping, it's going to be $300. So it's still, I have some Antlia filters, narrowband. They're about the same. It's 4.5 nanometers versus the 5 nanometers here. And I'm paying almost that price, $289 per filter. Actually, it's like $310 per filter. This is the whole set for $300, just shy of $300. So I'm very impressed with these filters, the SvBony narrowband filter set 5 nanometer. Again, let's look at the final image, and there you have it right there. The pillars of creation in narrowband SHO, or the Hubble palette. And I tell you what, it's well worth the price. Well worth it. Thanks for watching. See you later.